There's a lot of questions out on the internet and Facebook groups about, can I power my RV by plugging it in my house? And the answer is yes, you can. However, there are some limitations. First of all, there's a device in your RV called a converter. It's essentially a battery charger, and it requires 4.5 amps average to run. Now, it'll be more than that or less depending upon the accessories in your RV you're running, but 4.5 is the base number. Now, your RV air conditioner, when it's running, is going to pull anywhere from 13 to 16 amps. So plugging those two, only those two, just into your house, you've already exceeded the current rating of that 15 amp circuit, and you're going to blow a breaker. Now, the thing that makes it even worse is, which I found out on a recent RV inspection, the RV, a 50 amp service, look at the size of this cord, was through a series of adapters plugged into the house via an extension cord, 16 gauge, and it was plugged into one of these. That's just a disaster waiting to happen. I unplugged from all of that, ran it off a portable generator that I carry with me for inspections, and we were good to go. Now, the best way to power your RV off the house is to have either a 50 amp or a 30 amp, depending upon what your RV needs, outlet installed by a licensed electrician. Now, if you happen to have a leftover welding outlet or an electric stove outlet in your garage, you can use that circuit but not the plugs. And if it's prior to 1988, it's probably only a 3-wire circuit, and that'll need to be modified to a 4-wire circuit to bring it up to code and be safe. Now, remembering that although this says 50 amps 240, really inside the RV it's used a little bit differently. This circuit is two 120 volt 50 amp circuits for a total of 100 amps load capability inside the RV. And inside an RV panel like this one, the two red arrows are pointing to two separate 50 amp breakers. And the RV is wired so that one air conditioner is on one side, one breaker, and the other air conditioner is on the other side, the other breaker. The rest of the appliances are divided up amongst the load on there to balance it all out. Now, to hook this up to your house, a 50 amp circuit, what you're going to need is a couple of adapters like these. They run about 20 bucks a piece, and usually keep one with you, particularly if you have a 50 amp circuit like this one, and you get to an RV park and they don't have a 50 amp plug available, but you've got a 30, you can still plug in and get power. So you plug your 50 into here to get to 30, and then to get to your house, you've got another adapter that takes 30 down to 120, 15 amp. Now, here's the catch. If you have to put an extension cord on this, you want an extension cord with as large a gauge as possible, preferably 12 gauge. Keep it as short as possible, remembering that you're probably on a 50 amp circuit and you only can draw 15 amps, and you're going to break that circuit breaker. What's even worse is if you're on a long extension cord like this one and it's not big enough, you could conceivably draw enough power to not pop the breaker in the house, but overheat this extension cord and cause a fire. So the proper way to do it is you can use these adapters, have a 12 gauge extension cord, keep it as short as possible, and that'll keep you safe.